What's wrong with the stupid TV? There's nothing to watch. Oops, never mind. I found something.
Here we are. We're back here after another Dallas Cowboy game. I don't know if my reaction is going to be appropriate, Jermaine, because we weren't given much of a chance to even compete in this game. It's supposed to have been a blowout. Appeared like it was going to be a blowout early in this game, but much like how Dallas always seems to do, they make you believe like something great is going to happen. There's a win coming your way. They keep it close. The only difference this game is it you got a participation trophy tie. I can't say a participation trophy win. It wasn't a loss. To me, it's a loss because you don't gain anything. You don't gain anything in the standings from it, I guess, unless it comes to a tiebreaker at the end of the season, which we'll end up losing because it got a tie. I guess versus a loss, it may become something. If the tiebreaker is a draw versus a loss, then I guess we gain something. But how often does that actually happen? I mean, not a lot of people even get ties in an overtime game, especially since even when they had sudden death, where you score a touchdown, the first person to score a touchdown, a lot of people still didn't get ties. We had an opportunity to still win the game with the new overtime rules. Couldn't do it. So I don't feel happy about this. I know there's a lot of people like, oh, well, nobody expect us to win, but who wants a tie? Especially when it's a rivalry game. Especially it's Parsons versus Dak. It's Green Bay versus Dallas. It's Jerry Jones owner versus I don't know Green Bay's owner. I don't know. But it's all that rolled into one. The game hung in the balance. The fourth quarter, overtime, and go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm just pissed. I'm wearing these shades because I'm trying to hide my anger and maybe my tears too.
Well, I, like you, did not want a tie. Did not think a tie was even in the future for this game. I can't say I was pleasantly surprised because Dallas, it looked like they weren't even it looked like Green Bay was just gonna steamroll them, like to the point where it was gonna be a blowout. And then, we get the 2 points off the block field goal. And Dallas goes into the half with the lead.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Dallas goes into the half with the lead. So at that point, this is what I do know about Dallas. Once I knew they was going into the half with the lead, I knew then it was going to be a competitive game because Dallas plays well when they have the lead. At least they play competitively. They compete to hold on to the lead as opposed to trying to get the lead. Now, the second half was just back and forth. You score, I score. You score, I score. And in games where it's just you score, I score, you score, I score, no defense has been played, this is what happens. Unfortunately, a tie. I know there are Cowboy fans who, like you just said, are thinking at least we didn't lose. Okay. It's a hollow feeling. It's not a victory. But
what can you brag about? Yeah, you can't brag to some Green Bay fans the next day.
Yeah, Green Bay can't brag either. If you're a Green Bay fan, you better not be bragging either. It's just, of all the things that happened in that game, there was opportunities for both teams to come out with the dub because we were going back and forth. The only defensive stance that I do remember is from Dallas. They recovered that fumble that got us the lead going into the half. I do remember that, but
There's so many third downs or
third
fourth
down,
downs that would have won the game for us, and like just one stop.
we
Come
needed
on.
one third down stop. We did need a third down stop, which we just could never get. So they convert, they score, we get the ball back, we convert, they score. We did, like I believe the commentator said it best. We did most of our damage in first and second down. They did theirs in third down. Because we were able to put the ball on the ground, and we do have a solid run game. So therefore, most of our damage came in first and second down. It's deflating. It's deflating because you usually want to have victory. You go into your next day is victory, but and naturally it's going to be the Dallas tie. I can't remember the last time Dallas tied. I cannot. I can't remember the last time Dallas tied, but it's and then there's the narrative of Michael Parsons, and you want to beat him, but it's one of those blah feelings. It's like I feel the same way I felt before the game. Was it 1-2-1?
Yeah, Green Bay's 2-1. We're 1-2. 1-2-1 now.
Yeah, Green Bay is 2-1-1.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, there was opportunities for us to win. I will say this: if I want to focus on some positives, Dak played a hell of a game. He did. Dak did not look terrible. Our defense is still god awful. That's why Dak had to just go touchdown for touchdown, because the defense couldn't do nothing. I think Dak was fully aware of that. Like in order for us to somewhat be in this game, I got to score every drive, which he did.
He did. He played a good game, but there's a lot of times where he plays good games and it just doesn't end in a dub. That's why it's so hollow. He played a good game and it still ends in a L. I count this as a L. Just the gut wrenching plays. I ain't even talking about the defense. Well, I will in a second, but it was gut wrenching, and I know Pickens couldn't. It's not really his fault, but when he caught that pass towards the end of the fourth quarter, and Dallas tied it up, it's like, oh man, I wish he just nailed it there, and they just kind of ran it in the red zone. Just dropped it because it was like 47 seconds left. I was like, that's too much time. And they got 3 timeouts. I think they had 3 timeouts. It's like, God, that's too much time. Too much time. That's
clock management. And that's something Dallas is poorly executes to this day. It's clock management. Do you remember that game against the Giants in 2015-ish? When Terrence Williams, I know you remember because I talked about it, when Terrence Williams did not step out of bounds, and that was our one loss. And up until that, after that, we just went on a streak. We won every game. Clock management, and it's still evident to this day. That was poor clock management because, like you said, if he just, and maybe the momentum is going to take you into the end zone.
Yeah, that's why
I'm not a professional athlete, so maybe yes, the momentum take you into the end zone. But if you're thinking about it strategically, you're like, oh, I'm gonna kneel it. But here's the kicker: Dallas ain't guaranteed to get back into the end zone and kneel it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna kneel it, and then we gonna take more time off. But I don't know if we gonna get in. You got to take every touchdown you can get for Dallas.
And I'm not sure. Did we have any timeouts towards the end of the fourth quarter? I think we had one. I
believe we had one at that point. But excuse me. I knew once he scored, while I was happy because we had the lead, I looked at the clock, I looked at their timeouts. I'm like, they are at least going to get in field goal range, and they did. And it was all but overtime at that point. It's like I said, it's one of those feelings when you're it's a blah feeling. It's, you don't want to celebrate. Green Bay Packer fans really got no reason to celebrate either. We both played the same game. The game was equal for Dallas and Green Bay. We played it. We mirrored each other's game. The only difference was the turnover we got off that fumble. But after that, we mirrored the same game. You score, I score. Penalties cost us both.
You know what was more gut-wrenching than the play I'll name 2 plays in overtime that just hit me in the stomach and hurt me. Actually, I guess I won't count that as a play, but yeah, I will. So when Dallas had the ball and Dak had to scramble and throw, I think it was Tolbert towards the red zone. He had to skip his 2 feet in and make a balance out of bounds. He had to make that catch. Yeah. And I was like, oh wow, they're going to score a touchdown. Like they're going to have at least 4 downs or 3 downs to run it in or throw it in for a touchdown. They're going to score a touchdown, and they're going to make Green Bay have to score a touchdown, and we couldn't get it. We had to settle for a field goal. That was gut-wrenching to me. The biggest one. And it's like, wow, that close. This was on Green Bay's end. This is when Green Bay, I think it was the last play before the field goal. Jordan Love threw it in, and he was messed up on time management. He threw it in, it bounced up, and it happened to hit the ground with 1 second left. 1 more second. If it clicked to 0, the game would have been over. No field goal. We would have won the game.
We would have won the game by a miracle, but you're right. Like
somebody just popped it up just for 1 more second. Over.
If it just hung in the air for 1 more second, or even if we if they got a penalty, it would have been a 10-second runoff.
Yeah.
If they got a penalty on that, which I'm thinking there may have been a false start if I go back and look, because they were rushing to get that ball off. But if they called the penalty, rather, it would have been a 10-second runoff, and that would have won the game. Dallas is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. They are going to find a way to keep you on the edge. And I'm not talking about just games. I'm talking about throughout the season. They're going to find a way to keep you on the edge, to keep you intrigued, and then pull the carpet from underneath. And that's what's going to happen. Next week, I believe we have the Jets, if memory serves correct.
Let's see. Yeah, the Jets. In New York.
Dallas win that game.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna tell you why. We should win the game. And see, based off of what we just seen, Dallas just played what many consider to be a championship team. We went head to head with them the entire game. We just didn't win it. And Jets, lackluster team. We should handle them. We should blow them out. But what does Dallas do when their competition isn't to their level or what we think their level should be? They play down to them, and it's a challenge the entire game. And we might win, but it won't be a blowout.
You make a very solid point. Dallas never plays their game. They plays down or up to their teams. Like tonight, they played up to Green Bay because they wanted to be on this Green Bay's level. Last week, they played down to the Bears and lost. So it's like they never go into the game with how we, the Dallas Cowboys, want to play the game. We're going to mirror our game based off who we are playing. And that's a very solid point with the Jets game next week. It's deflating. You want to win. There were some weird games going on this Sunday, this past Sunday. Freaking Philly can't lose to save their life. San Fran lost.
Commanders lost. No Jaden Daniels.
Washington lost. But
Ravens got killed.
What's that?
Ravens got killed.
Ravens got a worse record than us now. But it was just it's the word I keep using is deflating. You know, you want to obviously when you do something competitive, you want a solid winner. You want a solid winner and a solid loser. You know,
this felt like one of those like, oh man, it doesn't matter who wins or loses, it's how you played the game and that you had fun. Like one of them speeches is gonna come out. No, I want a decisive winner. I don't want to hear we both played the game well and you both played your hearts out, so kudos to you. No, I don't want that. I want bragging rights. We both can't share a trophy, even if it is a participation trophy.
And that's what we're about to hear all week. All week, the commentators, the analysts. I'm watching it now on TV. Was watching it, but you're gonna see. You know, they played a good game. We played a good game. I already saw Jordan Love's interview, and he basically echoed what you just said. It's sad. And Dallas does this. Dallas know how to pull on your heartstrings and make you and be competitive to a degree. Dallas will. That's why they will never have a top draft pick unless they trade for one, because they're never going to flat out lose. No, can't do that. Dallas is not going to lose to the point where they get the best person come out of college. No. Dallas is going to be in the mix, whether they make the playoffs or not. They're going to be in the mix towards the end.
Well, to Stephen A., I wonder what he's going to say. I mean, can he break out laughing over a tie?
You know what?
He's going to be even killed.
Again, I don't recall a Dallas since the days of Stephen A. trolling Dallas. I don't ever recall a tie. But it is what it is. Here we are, tie game. I will say this: I wanted to win this game. Going into this game, I did not think we would win. I didn't think we would tie. I honestly thought we would lose. I said that. I believe I said it in the Bears reaction, but I'm not one of those people who are, well, at least we didn't lose. And I remember I said I said in the Bears reaction, if we won, I'm gonna eat my words, but we didn't win. So
I'm trying to look up a stat from what you're just saying. What's the last time Dallas tied in a game? And I'm gonna keep looking. You keep talking, but I hope that can't be true.
I cannot remember in my fandom throughout my entire time as a fan of Dallas. I do not remember a tie. I do not, especially during the internet age, the trolling age, and the first take skip bait. I don't remember ever a tie. I don't. So for bandwagon Cowboy fans, this is probably a feel good moment. You know, they can.
Wow, this is a big stat. Okay, I had to chat GPT it because I was like, I don't know if Google's right on this one. So the last time that Dallas ended in a tie, which you are correct, you don't remember because you weren't born yet, and neither was I. 1969 versus the 49ers, 24-24.
There you go.
That's the last time. Wow.
This is the first tie.
Yes.
In
26 years, if my my math is definitely off. 56 years. Mm-hmm. Math is correct.
So therefore, how do you the analysts and the trolls, what do they say? And I know
that makes it even more deflating. So there hasn't been a tie in 56 years, and we just happen to have such a competitive game where it's more than likely than not going to be a definite winner or loser, and we couldn't even do that tonight. That makes it feel more like an L than anything now.
And we got to live with this because here's the thing: we're not going to see Green Bay again. I mean, even if we go to the playoffs, they go to the playoffs. I don't think Dallas will get far enough unless Green Bay's a 1 seed.
Or 1 seed, and we'd have
last. But not this year, but it's just it's an unfortunate situation. It's an unfortunate situation. I know a lot of, like I said, a lot of new Dallas fans are probably happy with this. We didn't lose. All right, take your participation trophy and shove it. My daughter, she called me. I'm talking as soon as that 1 second clicked, and my phone rung, and I could hear my daughter celebrating because she's up in college. And I could hear her celebrating with amongst a bunch of other Packer fans, and she was celebrating. And I was like,
celebrating a tie? How do you celebrate a tie?
Celebrating the tie. I'm like, all right, baby. She's like, aren't you happy? I'm like, I wanted to win, baby, but that's the new fan. The new Dallas fan is going to celebrate stuff like this because Dallas haven't given them much to celebrate. So they got to take their celebratory moments when you get them.
I don't even know how to even utter those words. Yay, we tied. I don't even know how that sounds. That sounds like dirt coming out of my mouth to even say something like that. To celebrate, to be happy, to toast to a tie. How do you do that?
It's like I said, it's to me it's deflating. And George Pickens, damn good game.
Stepped up. He looked like he could have been the number one receiver somewhere.
George Pickens had a good game. Turpin had a good game. Offensively, we had a good, solid game.
We did.
Trayvon Diggs, he had a hit. He had one tackle that was really impressive.
Yeah.
He had one tackle that was really impressive. Actually, he had two. It goes back earlier in the game. But there is no, other than that fumble that we did cause and recover, there was no definitive defensive stop that would change the outcome of this tie on Dallas or the Packers.
I was going to say maybe the blocked field goal that we ran back for the 2 points. I was like, oh, boy, that's going to be our only points. I was wrong about that.
I honestly thought at that point watching the game that I didn't think that was going to be our only points, but I thought we were just going to be getting up crap points at that point. Just points because Green Bay letting us back in the game because Green Bay at that point was going to be done. I said to my son who's watching it with me, I said, we're going to see Joe Milton in third quarter at that point because I was like, this is going to be a blowout. So it wasn't a blowout, but it wasn't a win, wasn't a loss. If you ask me, it's a waste of time, tell you the truth. Yeah. It's just flat out waste of time.
That's a good call.
But
I would call that a waste of time. If you can't call it a loss, you can't call it a win. It's a waste of time. That's a good way to look at it. It's a waste of time.
Waste of time.
It's like if you set up a wedding and the bride show up, you show up, get married, and then you forgot that you had to catch a flight and you couldn't get married that day. And you just set up the whole wedding, everybody showed up, got dressed and all that. And you get married. It was a waste of time. Why did everybody get flown in and did all this? It was a waste of time.
Primetime game. I know but this was already a primetime game before the trade. So it's not like the trade made this a primetime game. This was already on schedule before the trade. Obviously, the narrative around the night was Michael Parsons and his big return, but
he really didn't do much either. He except for that one play in overtime where Dak, that was another gut wrencher. He was that close to running it in, and Parsons showed up finally.
He showed up there, but like to your point, Parsons ain't doing. Parsons was in the tent for a bit because of his back.
Yeah, he fell awkwardly on his back. I guess he got some back issues.
I was like, man, is he gonna finish the game? But he went into the tent. Yeah, he did that. He got that one play on Dak where Dak got sacked from the back. They called it a sack. I don't think it was a sack.
I don't think it was because it looked like he came back at the line of scrimmage. I don't think that should have counted as a sack.
It wasn't a sack. It was a tackle, but I don't think it should have counted as a sack. But they counted it as a sack. But it's what Dallas does. And now you go a whole week and you wait to the next game and everyone's like, you don't hear the rhetoric online and in the sports debate, and this is going to be the rhetoric. Can Dallas keep up? Who was more impressive in the tie? Was it Dallas or the Packers? Who's more hopeful? Who has a more hopeful season based on this performance? Who won in the trade? That's going to be the big question. Who won in the trade based on this performance? That's going to be the big question. And they're gonna answer that question with that one play for Michael Parsons. That's how that question is going to be answered. With that one play for Michael Parsons when he sacked Dak. But to your point, like you said, other than that, Michael didn't do nothing in this game. Couple pressures.
Yeah.
He didn't. I would say he didn't affect the game to avoid this tie.
Yeah. Yeah. The offensive line played great, so I'll give them that too for Dallas.
Yeah. Offensively, we played dynamite. The line, Dak, the running back, even the receiver, Pickens, Turpin, Tolbert, everything was clicking offensively. But thank God it was, because if it wasn't, we don't even get the tie. Defensively is the issue right now.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to shore up the defense. We're trying to get more people back, sign some people, but I don't know if this is going to be like a season-long project. I mean, it seems like we were doing good in the first half as far as the run is concerned. And then for a while I thought, okay, maybe the coverage was starting to get a little better for the wide receivers, but then it's like they would go 3 downs, and then every time Love would find a way to show its ugly head.
Mm-hmm. I would say what Dallas did somewhat clean up on defense is they took away the long ball.
Yeah.
He got one long ball in the beginning, and they took that away, and Jordan Love had to kill us with he had to go down under. He had to kill us with the slants. He didn't even run that much. He didn't even beat us with his legs.
Yeah.
So he really had to kill. He had to like slice us up instead of going for the long ball. Unlike Caleb Williams last week and even Russell Wilson in the loss in the win that we got to the Giants, he even killed us with the long ball. So Dallas kind of made some adjustments with that. And that kind of helped the offense, because what that did do was it got the offense back on the field, because that got the offense back on the field to play a bit more. But it was the thing, it was a good game. It's just sad to end it this way. Mm-hmm. It's sad to end it this way. It's a good game, and you got to end it in a tie.
Javonte Williams, he had 85 yards, 20 carries. He was the bell cow tonight.
He's running. He's rushing. He's doing well. Again, Turpin had I think it was $130 something, 2 touchdowns. Dak had a touchdown. Quarterback.
Come on, you said Turpin.
No, Pickens.
Pickens, okay. I'm about to say Turpin.
I'm sorry if I got the names wrong, but Pickens had about $130, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Turpin had some yards. He had some key plays. Dak had a touchdown.
Pickens showed out tonight. Pickens
had a good game.
And I don't blame him for that fourth quarter catch. It's like, damn, I just wish he could have nailed it or went out of bounds, right where they were, and just, and just drain the clock, and even, I don't know, go for the touchdown. I wish he could have.
With Dallas, when they're in the red zone, I get nervous that they're not going to score.
I know.
So when you got the sure touchdown, take it.
Yeah, I know. It's slim pickings sometimes with them in the red zone when it comes down to closing a game like this, as it happened in overtime. To your point, they had a chance.
Yeah.
They were right there and could not do it. No, they could not, because I thought, oh, we got this. All they have to do is score this touchdown. They're right there. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Running game couldn't get it. I think 3 times we couldn't get it. Running game, because Dak had he couldn't throw it, so he had to try to run it in. I think the first couple times he ran it in and we couldn't get it in, so we had to settle for the field goal.
And that right there, as much as Brandon Aubrey is, as good as Brandon Aubrey is, and he's great, probably is the best kicker in the league. We can't be dependent and rely on the field goal that much. And granted, we hit 40 tonight, so we weren't, but
yeah, he had to rest a few times today.
Punching in,
Yeah, he got to rest a little bit today compared to some other games where we just depend on him kicking a 60-yard field goal and stuff.
Yeah, but overall, they did announce the halftime performance. I guess I'll add that into this video.
The star of Happy Gilmore too. Yes.
I haven't seen it.
What?
I haven't seen it.
Can't believe you, man.
Haven't seen it. So get ready for Bad Bunny, folks.
I mean, he might have a match before then in WWE. So,
they'll probably put him. WWE's gonna do something with him because now he's a halftime performer.
This dude is everywhere now. Like, I don't know a lot about his music, but dang, I know he's famous for his music. Then he's in movies. Then he's in WWE and actually is a decent wrestler, celebrity wrestler, wherever you want to call him. Yeah. This dude is multifaceted, and he's done some SNL. I think he hosted SNL, did a pretty good job on that. So
he's
dude got some talent.
He's a Hispanic Chris Brown.
Did he hit somebody that I don't know of?
No, he's just full of talent. Chris Brown is just a talented cat. So
that's true. That's true.
But going back to the game, man. Not the way you want to end your football week. Especially like now that I saw that Washington took an L. The Giants won. Now damn Eagles keep winning, but
might be the end of Russell Wilson in New York.
Yeah.
So Sierra better, start saving up.
They gonna be out. He on a 1-year contract, and Jackson? What's the quarterback name?
For the Giants, I forget his name.
Anyway, he's about to take the starting position.
Yeah, he had his chance. He gets better to get ready for. Yeah, that's a good question. I asked that like in that group, I think last week. Is Russell Wilson? I had Eli Manning and Russell Wilson up. Who was more Hall of Fame worthy? Based off of right now.
I'm gonna say, how many rings does Russell Wilson have? 1?
Just 1. Seems it should have 2.
Oh yeah. The handoff, Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
the infamous handoff.
Yeah. Or lack thereof of a handoff.
I'm gonna say Eli Manning has the better career. He has 2 rings. He has more rings. He has more of a solid. He had something solid in New York as opposed to Russell. In Seattle, it was his thing was more solid in New York than Russell in Seattle. Better equal player, but what will go down in infamy for Eli is the fact that he took down Tom Brady
twice.
Yeah, that's gonna be his. That's what he can hang his hat on.
And beat they were undefeated the first go round.
They would have had the first undefeated season if he did not beat them. I think that was in 2007, if memory serves correct. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, I'll give it to Eli. But oh boy, here we are, Dallas again. Oh boy, Texans won. Looking at the highlights right now.
Oh yeah.
26-0. Titans, I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah, Panthers lost.
Yep.
They got a lot of confidence from last week, but didn't have a repeat performance.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is Dallas. This is classic Dallas. This is classic Dallas. And yeah, I like it. I really do believe we'll beat the Jets. I think Dallas is going to go on a little winning spree. I do. They got the Jets and they got, I forget after the Jets, but they're gonna give you a little bit of hope, and then it's gonna rally is gonna set back in around November. We get hit with the Chiefs and Philly again, and but for right now,
we got the Jets, we got the Panthers. After that,
that's 2 wins. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's 2 wins.
I'm definitely gonna say against the Panthers as a win.
So I say at that point, by the time we get to the Panthers, by the end of the Panthers, we should be 2. We already lost. It would be at the end of the Panthers game should be 4-2-1.
Right. After the Panthers. Okay, gotcha.
After the Panthers, 4-2-1.
Yeah. Then you got the Commanders, then the Broncos.
Yeah, and like I said,
Commanders at home though. We play in Dallas.
I'm sorry, 3-2-1 rather. I'm doing my math wrong, but yes. Oh
yeah, because I don't know why because you probably were projecting that tonight was a win.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's how I was thinking about it too. I was like,
because even though I said the 1, including the tie, I counted the win. So
yeah, I was thinking 2-2.
Yeah, at the end of the week after the Panthers, we should be 3-2-1. I guess it's a winning record. It's at or above 5, or maybe it's slightly above 500. But once then it gets a little difficult with Kansas City, Washington, Philly. So go from there.
We'll see. We should win.
We should.
Next 2 games.
We should.
I believe we'll beat Carolina. I believe we can beat the Jets. I'm just not confident in the mindset.
It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be competitive. But I think we beat the Jets. I think, honestly, we'll just beat Carolina. I don't know to what fashion. If it's a blowout, but we will beat them. And then the schedule gets a little dicey at that point.
All right. Well, that's our take on today's game. I don't know. It's like going to a funeral and the casket isn't there yet. Yeah. Like, it won't arrive until 2 weeks later. Why are we here then?
Why are we going? Time. Can't even pay my respects properly.
Can't even pay my respects. And so we're already here paying our respects, but the casket's not here. You're saying the body's not here, still it's at the crematorium? Oh. I flew all the way out here from North Carolina to San Diego and it's not here. I'm not gonna get no more time off. That's it. So I guess I should just go home now. I wasted my time. All right.
You can virtually pay your respects and you can stream it, which they do though.
They do. That's kind of what we did today. We virtually watched the game on Peacock, and we watched it. We wasted our time.
It was a waste. It was. I will consider it a waste. Ending in a tie with a damn near identical offensive game. It was a waste of time. And actually, and again, the Packers, they had a pretty bad defensive game too. They gave up a lot, but That's why the games mirrored each other.
Like, what could have we learned and done in the time this game happened that we wasted time?
I think if we would have, what could have won this game was proper clock management.
No, I was saying, what could we have learned and done with the spare time that we lost?
Man,
with this time.
Man, what could I have done? I could have got a nap in, finished some work up for work tomorrow, which I'm about to go do once I'm off of this. I could be already in bed. My wife is traveling, so that eliminates one thing I wanted to do.
Yeah, I was gonna throw that out, but
she's not. She's on a girls' trip, so that eliminates that.
You could have, I don't know, watch The Office and finish all the seasons for that.
No, but I did start that one show I was telling you about, Black Rabbit with Jason Bateman.
I got through a couple episodes. I don't know. It hasn't grabbed me yet.
Hasn't grabbed me yet either. I'm not. It's no Ozarks. I agree. Mm-hmm. You could have watched the show. I did watch the Charlie Sheen doc too.
There you go. See, that wasn't a waste of time.
That was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, he beat Michael Jordan, along with his dad, 2-1.
Was it his dad or his brother?
It was dad, I thought. Unless I'm remembered it wrong. I could have swore it was him and his dad playing him 2-on-1. I don't remember Emilio in there. It seemed like it was an older guy. Sure, it was his dad.
It was good. It was a good doc. I did watch that. I feel like I watched something. What else did I watch? Oh yeah, I watched the Katrina documentary on Netflix. Hurricane Katrina doc. I watched it.
I'm sure Kanye was involved in it somehow.
They showed his clip, but all the things I could have done, as opposed to watching this game.
Oh, if you want to watch a movie, if you haven't watched it yet, you can watch it. If you haven't watched it yet, and you want to wait till your wife get back, the movie Together.
Okay, what is it on? What streaming?
I think it's on Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very interesting movie. I'll just say that.
You gotta check it out.
Might make your skin crawl a little bit in hers, but yeah.
I gotta wait till she get back. I pretty much took care of all these documentaries I know she didn't want to see while she was away. I know she didn't want to see the Charlie Sheen doc.
Why? Winning. Come on. He winning.
Not tonight.
Tiger blood. Tiger blood.
Tonight.
He did not.
No winning. That was remember that was like a solid catchphrase for Charlie Sheen back in the day.
You know what else I can compare it to? I can compare it to what's one of your favorite shows that ended without a series finale. That's what tonight felt like. He's like, oh, wow, I can't wait to find it. Okay, I'll tell you one immediately. I can think of Rock.
I was just thinking about Rock.
Yeah. I remember I kept wanting to see the next season, see how it was going to start off, and then found out it was canceled. I'm like, come on, man.
Rock.
I'm wasting my time and putting myself into this show and knowing there's not going to be another season.
You can go Rock. I think the Wayans brothers didn't have a proper ending. Girlfriends.
Jeffersons didn't have one.
Which one?
The Jeffersons.
Okay, Jeffersons. Living Single did. Martin did. Different World did.
Martin did, but that was unsatisfying. The last season was a waste of time.
Which one?
The last season of Martin was a waste of time because Gina and Martin would never end the scenes together. Now,
And they were trying to work on that spinoff for Pam when she was like working for a company.
Yeah. I seen the clip for that. I think.
Yeah, but that's a very good comparison. That's what tonight felt like. Like the whole, you watch the season, and then you get to the finale, and it just leaves you blah. And that's what the game felt like.
You invest in the characters. You want to see them do good, or some of them do bad. You can't wait for the next episode, and they're like, "No, that's it. There's no more. There's not one more episode. No, It's like this game tonight. There's not another quarter. Nope, that's it. Tie.
My wife and kids, they didn't have a season finale either.
They didn't have a season finale either.
And that's exactly how it feels.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe y'all will feel empty because we're getting ready to wrap it up and get out of here because we gotta go to bed because we gotta go to work in the morning at some point.
Indeed, I do. In fact, I'm gonna go finish some work before I go to bed.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go sit in a dark room and maybe cry. I don't know. Maybe a tear will come out of my eye. So I got these shades on. But we appreciate you guys coming out here and joining us on the Last Rewind and dealing with our somber moods after this game. Hopefully we'll pick up by the next week. But please hit the like and subscribe button. And, this has been me, Big Red, and Tremaine. And y'all have a good night out there. Whoever your team was, still have a good night out there. And please join us for the next Last Rewind. Peace, y'all.
Peace.